So, what is the best passport to escape a war situation? Times are crazy and countries are escalating the conflicts. A lot of people, a lot of you guys watching, living in Europe or other parts that may be affected, are concerned. You don't want to use your home country passport. You don't want to deal with your home country passport right now. Maybe they would prevent you from exit. Some countries do that. They block their citizens from exiting. Sometimes they draft you in to the military compulsory service. So the more connected you are, the more you're using your home country artifacts like a passport, their citizenship, their residency, their physical location, the more you're going to be drafted or controlled, and times can suddenly change, right? In a flash of a second, you might be in a situation where you're stuck. You may not be able to apply for another nationality. It might not arrive that soon. So, what are two or three best under the radar, hidden or private citizenships? And when I'm discussing all these strategies, I mean to talk about options that are 100% legal. Okay, and none of this information is legal advice. Always consult an attorney. Alternatively, reach us. We can discuss, get you hooked on with the professionals, and then immediately get you your next citizenship or residency. There are a couple of things at play here, right? There's either a residency that you can get, but when you're traveling to your residency destination, you still need to use a passport. So if you're stuck and you only have your home country passport to deal with, let's say it's a Dutch passport or a German passport, and you can't leave on that citizenship, then you are stuck. So that's where you need a private citizenship that your home country has no clue about. Now, a lot of countries that do not allow dual citizenship, people will still go and get a nationality. A lot of people have obtained the Caribbean CBI, and now some of them are pretty much screwed because Caribbean citizenships are now reporting all that data, all the information back to the home country. So if you're coming from the US, they have started supplying information. If you're coming from Europe, a lot of those programs are now directly handing over your data to your home country government. And that is where you need an option that's private, disconnected, does not share as much information, or in some cases no information, right? You don't want any information to be shared with your home country legally. So there are programs. Now the Caribbean citizenships have really backfired because they're on track after the US announced there's going to be a US travel ban, right? The memo has them listed on it. The next big problem is that they're going to lose all the Schengen access, and that's soon followed by Ireland and UK in most cases. So you'll pretty much have, I mean, theoretically, you can call yourself a citizen, but then whatever you paid for is now pretty much would be gone in near times, right? In the recent future. So now, yes, it could be a citizenship, but again, is it usable? You'll probably not want to touch that. Want to just keep that aside. We don't want to discuss negativity over here. We want to discuss positive options. So let's cut the chase and directly jump into what are the best options in case of a war situation. The first one on this list is Nauru, because Nauru doesn't collect as much as the Caribbean ones collect. So I still feel this is an independent option. It's cheaper, much cheaper than those options. It has some very interesting access on its passport, and the price is one of the lowest commercially available CBIs. What's the time frame with us? Because we directly work with the officials, our liaisons are able to expedite this, and we can get this in 3 months, approximately 3 months. Obviously, if you go elsewhere, it might take much longer. The official timeframes run beyond 6 months, but with us, we are able to legally expedite this to 3 months. That's the first thing. The second one on this list is sort of an interesting one. It's still an interesting one, and I like this program. It's Vanuatu. A lot of people keep bad mouthing it. People keep hating it because it's a cheaper program. They all want to sell the Caribbean ones. Okay, now do you have bad actors purchasing these passports? Of course, and bad actors also get Western nationalities like US citizenship, or let's say the UK citizenship. Now you tell me how many bad actors have the UK citizenship, and compare that with how many bad actors have, let's say, a Vanuatu citizenship, and you will be blown away, right? So they bad actors will exist as long as humanity exists. It doesn't mean that they go to one passport versus the other. But leaving that all aside, I still feel Vanuatu is very interesting because they have stuck it out, right? They didn't go the same route as Caribbeans. So they stuck it out, and they stuck it out for their citizens. Yes, it's not 100% blanket protection, but still they do their best in protecting in whatever capacity they can. What is the speed of Vanuatu? This beats Nauru. So the access is similar, but Vanuatu will happen in 2 months with us, right? Because we have our liaison has a direct position, so that makes it the fastest, really. And in a couple of months, we can get the Vanuatu option for you. That's the second option on the list. What is the third option? The couple over here of things to consider. Now, this third option is the most private citizenship that you can obtain. It's absolutely discreet. It's a private bond between you and your country. What that helps with is also the layering. Remember the residencies that I was talking about? Yes, you might not want to go and live in the country of citizenship. You have beautiful and better plans outside. Let's say you want to strike a residency in Mexico. Mexico doesn't go asking you which other citizenships you have. They're only concerned with your active nationality that you want to use to enter Mexico. That is where the whole layering comes into picture, and you may not be comfortable exposing your plan B hidden gems, those private residencies. You don't want to spoil the private residency with the wrong kind of citizenship. You want to decouple. You want to keep them distant. They're going to keep them far away, separate items, right? You should be in a position to tear and throw away your plan A if it is going to backfire, going to come and bite you from the back. That's where you want those beautiful gems, the residencies where you have your home, you have your life, you have your family that can go there, but on the right passport. And that right passport is the private passport that I'm talking about. So Nauru and Vanuatu, because they are commercial CBIs, they still have to collect a certain amount of information. But this third option is completely independent, and these are citizenship by exceptions. And one of the most private ones and the cheapest, far cheaper than Nauru or Vanuatu, is the ECOWAS option. Now, what does ECOWAS do? ECOWAS gets you a biometric card, which facilitates your entry across the 13 or so African nation, the ECOWAS nations. You can live there. You can also obtain residency, and you can be safe when the shit hits the fan. Apart from the ECOWAS, what else is out there? The CPLP, which unlocks or potentially unlocks the door to Brazil, also creates some very unique and interesting advantages in Portugal. Now, if you have missed my last few videos, go and check them out. It covers this topic in a lot of detail. Now, how fast is this this third or fourth nationality, right? Based on what you're looking for, you might be looking for ECOWAS, makes sense. You might be looking for CPLP, makes sense. You might be looking for both, and that's fine too, right? Based on what you have in mind. It takes around a month to obtain this nationality, and it has the most logical or common sense due diligence that is super private. Once you have this nationality, you can use this to obtain other nationalities or other residencies, and that really creates a private bond. Now, once you're a dual citizen, you're no longer relying on your home country passport. So now you're decoupling the two. Your portfolio is enriched with two different kind of setups. Always can switch when the time's not right. You can use your alternate path. Use your passport, let's say you're exiting or transiting or traveling, and then you're reaching your country of residency. So that is where you set up your plan B, and passport is more like a vehicle that takes you out. This is private and secure, and it has a lot of discrete advantages. There's some interesting features that it provides, right, to keep your privacy intact. So apart from the documentation, apart from the speed, there's also additional things that you can look at. All right, so I hope you like this video. If you have any thoughts about any other citizenship that is private, now I would not look at an exceptional citizenship in Serbia. It's still in Europe. It's still not the right kind of nationality according to me. It's good. Serbia is good, but not really for these purposes. It's a heavy duty country to some extent. You want a lightweight country that's more in your control, and you're not in control, and the country is not in control of you, but you're more in control of your own nationality, or your passport is private, secure, and personal. So that's where I feel countries like Argentina that don't let you renounce or take too much interest in you, or to some extent, I would say Serbia. Serbia is good if you want to add a redundancy, you want to add a plan B or something, and it's fine for the collectors. But in this kind of a private situation, intimate situation, that you're trying to keep your nationality private and secret, that's where you got to get something under the radar that's cheap, that's not necessarily the best of the best option in the world. It's in fact the exact opposite, because then you are more in control, they are less in control, they're not harassing you with the unnecessary due diligence and stuff like that. Now once you have this, you and your family can freely mobilize, can move. You're not going to be drafted because you're an alternate citizen now in a different territory. You can obviously then set up your life there. You can buy homes. You can, diversify your cash assets. You don't want your home country to eat up your assets, and that's where you want to move your assets. And you don't necessarily want to move these assets to, let's say, the country of nationality. It may not be safe enough, but that's exactly where you're using the country of nationality to obtain premium residencies outside. Now, what are the options for residencies? There's a bunch of them. And one of the best ones in Latin America, a couple of the best ones that are low hanging fruits, are Mexico and Paraguay. And I've covered this extensively on our channel. If you're interested in striking a combination, which is a residency and a citizenship, immediately reach us, book a call, and we can discuss and immediately get you started on both the options at the same time. And we specialize in getting this the fastest as compared to anyone else, and that is the key. Get them quickly and keep them ready, because times are headed over there in that direction, right? You want to be secure and safe. Maybe you don't want to do it for yourself, but you definitely want to do it for your family. Before you go, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on all the important latest and the updates and any analysis on this topic. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and catch you in the next one.